Hello. Well, it's early May 2020. Late, very late, but I'm still awake. Just sent some emails out with my story about Homo alphabeticus. And well, today we got, um, well, dozens of pages and reports by architects and engineers about the restaurant property. So I will read those tomorrow. Um, well, I'm not alone for this. My brother and father check it. Um, well, we will see. Um, well, in the morning, well, I get all the groceries. So, uh, well, my father sometimes goes to the bakery, uh, but well, um, I well let most companies just make home delivery. Um, I found a good one. Uh, it's the one who um, served restaurants with fruit and vegetables, meat and fish. They combined three companies to serve now people at home. So usually we have between 50 and €100, and I let them come one or two times a week. And so, yeah, they're happy we order because, yeah, then they can sell. They have the vans, they have the staff, but the restaurants don't take anymore. So that works fine with the website. Um, well, for most of the things we need from supermarkets, I have a supermarket who brings everything home. And well, it's often difficult, but it's get better now. But anyway, all the things like things for the dishwasher, soap for the washing machines for clothes. Well, I think I have a stock for uh, months, maybe half a year or more to come. So I don't worry. Even for the household, we're all covered. Um, so it's not many. Well, I don't worry. This morning I went to buy cookies from a very good shop, Del Rey. Um, Dessert cookies, and well, it's not for me; it's for the family. I don't like them; it's too much sugar. But so well, I made a walk in the city center. It was sunshine, and in the evening I went with my bike outside in the where the cows and the horses are, and made the bike tour. So, and well, what I feel most amazed about, and well, all the filmmakers in the world, they can't make movies, and well, um, I think it's possible to make something interesting for the screen, and that is about Homo alphabeticus. um, well, I'm also cleaning the attic. Uh, well, cleaning, it's not like taking away the dust, but it's organizing the things which are there. And most of the things there are written on paper or printed on paper or books. Um, um, so I'm organizing them into thick maps. Um, so and also in uh, the room downstairs, I have well about 50 smaller maps, And in those maps is the information mainly about properties at the moment, which I regularly need. So the archives are in the attic, but the things I really need, they are uh, closer at hand, and they are less heavy, so you can handle them more easy. So I can fine tune that system a bit more. Uh, I found 30 diaries. I have organized them um, well by date. Um, well, it starts when I'm 20 years old, and it stops when I'm 27. And well, from then on, I started making websites. So um, after the websites, I started traveling. So yeah, um, I like to write. Um, 30 books. It was a bit. I did not start reading them entirely, but just the very first day after the exams, um, um, a whole July and August. And well, what I did all day long. Um, at that time, I visited many libraries uh, in Antwerp, as I didn't go on holiday with my parents when I was 20. I stayed in Antwerp. I remember it was a very warm summer. So in the nighttime, I went to a cafe where I knew Annick, who worked there. She was a law student, but a quite adventurous one. And so, yeah, I was there. In the daytime, well, I went to libraries. Um, I have been reading books like, well, even Galbraith, I have been reading, some other professors of American universities, books with titles like Capitalism Today. And honestly, um, when, okay, these books were written like in 1971 or something, but, um, well, I have just done 20 years of law practice, but with real clients and real cases. When I read now back what I find in books of those professors, well, I would say I find their text not so mature. But who am I to say so? And well, I'm sure Richard Branson, well, doesn't appreciate the Harvard professors as much as they might want him to do. So, yeah, it's not always that mature what they teach. It gives some ideas, but yeah, what's in a book? What's in a library of a university? It's real life, but yeah, um, that real life to me, well, I think the our history, well, I think when I see, uh, well, we come from chimpanzees, okay, but that's 2 million years ago. 2 million years, that's a long time. But we talk, we talk to each other, we talk, we have a conversation. And well, I really think we do that for a very long time. We do the rise in number of humans in quantity. Well, that's about at least 10,000 years ago when we started agriculture. There was enough food. But the idea to start growing plants, I mean, where does it come from? it's not something you do alone. It's something you talk about. You need to explain it to the others. And well, and yeah, you need a conversation. I'm sure people in the Amazon, the Aboriginals in Australia, well, they talk, they talk, they talk with each other. Talking is so great. Speech, speech, yeah. And then, well, we would still live like the Bushmen in the Kalahari and the Aboriginals in Australia and the tribes in the Amazon. But something changed us. And that's, in my opinion, when we started to write on paper, well, papyrus in the beginning, with an alphabet, because, yeah, all those Maya language in stone, carved in stone, and the Egyptian language, they were, in my opinion, just, it's cartoons, it's not a very detailed speech. It's some kind of written language, but not that detailed. To give very, very deep thoughts, emotions, genius ideas, mathematics, really give information to each other in a conversation. You can't do that with hieroglyphs. No. But the idea to have a 26-letter alphabet by just chopping in pieces the words you use in speech, your speech, your language, the words you use, and to cut them into pieces and use those pieces in very, very easy to recognize and easy to write symbols like an alphabet, to use that to make a book. Well, that changed the world. Well, of course, until we had the movie, yeah? But before we had the movie, we had books. And in the books, we explained so many things. In so many centuries, Aristoteles was so important. He knew everything about politics, about justice, about the universe, about what it consisted of, the universe, how it was created, what is eternity. They knew about everything, and they wrote all these things down in Greece, ancient Greece. But they also had theater plays like Antigone, and they had that epic story of Troy. Yeah, great story. So, but they had theaters, they had no movies. And so they could play a theater. But I'm sure you can do that without written language. But the written language, well, it changed our world. Because we wrote books about medicine, we wrote books about history, we wrote books, we have been writing books about, well, philosophy, justice, politics, law. We wrote so many books. And already a long time ago in Alexandria, they made a library for all the books. Alexander the Great did that, and his teacher was Aristoteles. And well, we have that architecture, and we have so much of that ancient Greek world. But yeah, books. But well, there is a life without books.